The Galactic Empire had always prided itself on order, diplomacy, and control. For centuries, they tolerated humanity as a minor species, useful, energetic, but ultimately beneath the greater powers of the galaxy. When Earth petitioned for a permanent seat on the High Council, the Empire smiled, nodded, and planned betrayal. The trap came swiftly. A joint mining colony in the Vera system was sabotaged, and blame was laid upon humanity. Evidence, manufactured and forged, painted Earth as reckless aggressors. Before human diplomats could plead their case, the Empire's fleets surrounded Terra's trade routes, cutting Earth off from galactic commerce. To the Council's surprise, humanity did not collapse. Instead, they grew silent. No ambassadors begged for mercy. No envoys crawled back with apologies. Earth's transmission to the Council contained only 6 words. "You will regret this betrayal." First, the Empire laughed. Humanity was young, barely 2 centuries into faster-than-light travel. They had only a handful of cruisers, a smattering of planetary defense platforms, and no recognized allies. In contrast, the Empire commanded thousands of warships, fleets that had subjugated entire civilizations. But laughter turned to unease when human space went dark. Trade convoys vanished. Long-range scans found nothing. It was as if Earth had withdrawn into shadow, preparing for something the Council could not name. That something arrived 3 years later. At the edge of the Kavarn expanse, where the Empire's patrols lazily drifted, the void rippled with energy. Dozens of massive shapes emerged from hyperspace, warships unlike any the galaxy had ever seen. They bore no elegant curves, no ornamental banners. They were angular, brutal, armored fortresses with engines that glowed like wrathful suns. At their head flew the ENS Retribution, Earth's first dreadnought. Its hull stretched kilometers long, bristling with rail cannons, plasma batteries, and experimental mass drivers. A single volley from its guns shredded the nearest Empire patrol fleet before they could even send a distress signal. The humans had not been idle during their silence. They had studied, built, and sharpened their technology in secret shipyards hidden within asteroid belts and dark systems. Every design flaw they had once suffered had been corrected with terrifying efficiency. Their ships were faster, tougher, deadlier. And their crews fought with something the Empire had long forgotten: fury. When the Empire's first fleet responded, deploying 200 warships, they expected swift victory. Instead, they met annihilation. The humans fought with precision and savagery, striking like wolves at weak points. Empire cruisers melted under railgun barrages. Battleships staggered as boarding pods slammed into their hulls. Human marines, armed with powered exosuits, cut through defenders like a storm of iron. The battle became legend, the shattering at Kavarn. For the first time in centuries, the Empire lost not just ships but pride. News of humanity's victory spread across the stars, whispered in marketplaces and cantinas. Other species, long cowed by the Empire's dominance, began to wonder if humanity might succeed where none had dared. The Council convened in panic. Offers of negotiation were sent to Earth, but no reply came. Humanity had remembered the betrayal, and mercy was not part of their response. Wave after wave of human warships surged into Imperial space, dismantling shipyards, smashing garrisons, and liberating worlds that had groaned under the Empire's rule. Civilians on conquered planets cheered the arrival of Terran fleets, raising banners of Earth beside their own symbols of freedom. The counselors finally understood. They had mistaken silence for weakness. Humanity's quiet years had not been spent in despair. They had been spent in preparation. And Earth had prepared for war. The final message came when the Retribution itself broke orbit above the Empire's capital world. Its cannons leveled at the palaces of the High Council, and Admiral Marcus Hale transmitted a single ultimatum across every frequency. You chose betrayal. We choose vengeance. Surrender now, or the stars will burn with the fall of your empire. The galaxy trembled. The counselors, who once mocked humanity as children, now faced them as executioners. The war they had ignited would not end until Earth had carved justice into the stars. And in the silence of space, the Empire realized the terrible truth. They had not betrayed a weak species. They had awakened the wrath of humanity.